Welcome to Indie Life Adventures, where we see historic sights at night. That is our test catchphrase, at least for today, because it summarizes our day 12, essentially. So, what?
Nothing.
You looked at me funny.
Oh, I did not.
So we are coming at you, not live, but we're coming to you this evening.
Coming to you live from Kyoto.
Hyatt Place, Kyoto.
Hyatt Place, Kyoto.
At 10:20 in the evening on day 12 of our big Japan adventure. Yes. And I'm going to check my handy dandy Garmin here, because as of this moment right now, I have 24,993 steps. What about you, sir?
Oh, well, let's see.
He always has more than me. It's because I'm taller and have a longer stride.
Damn, I'm almost at 30,000.
Oh, we're going to have to go walk around the block.
How many do you have?
24,993.
I walked so many more steps than you.
Indeed you did.
Yeah, you know why?
Because you're short.
Because I'm short-stepping it. I'm short-stepping it while I'm behind you.
So if Matthew chooses to watch this, he is going to catch a glimpse of his souvenir. I picked this up in a resale shop today. I forget what it says, but it has these cool baseball players on it with a letter C on their cap. For Cardinals, I'm sure. But actually, I think the team is called Carp.
It's the Carp.
But it's so cute seeing these little baseball players. Although they're playing in outer space. They've got astronaut helmets on, and then you can see there's like some satellites floating. But yeah, so I'm modeling Matthew's souvenir, just so that I'm not coming at you in the same clothes that I was wearing this morning when we filmed the recap of day 11.
I don't care. I look good. Doesn't matter.
So let me give you a quick around the world of what happened today, and then we'll dig into the details.
The details.
Okay, so we woke up, slept in, and got an amazing night's sleep. According to my Garmin, my sleep score was a 93. And I felt like it was good.
Mine was pretty good too.
Yeah, you had like an 80. Even with these hard beds, I'm telling you, Japanese people must really hate it when they visit America and feel soft beds.
They're probably like, goddamn soft bed. I can't get out of it.
Yes. So we got up and walked to the park, the Imperial Gardens. On the way, we picked up some takeout breakfast. We had McDonald's.
That's right.
Yep, McDonald's for breakfast in the park.
Sausage McMuffin, but I had the Monster McMuffin or something like that.
Yeah, it tasted exactly the same as America.
It was 2 sausage patties. They also had pickle and ketchup on it.
Yeah, that was the one oddity with yours. My sausage McGriddle tastes exactly the same. No difference. The hash brown was exactly the same, and the coffee was exactly the same.
It was all good, though.
Oh, yeah. It hit the spot. And it was kind of cool to have breakfast right in front of a Buddhist shrine. So much so that Nick got inspired to sketch it.
I did.
On the back of a receipt. That's all we had.
You guys want to see it? You could hand me my bag and I'll show it to you.
Oh, in this bag? Yeah, well, I was going to give you around the world of what we did, and then I got all bogged down with our breakfast. So you'll just have to go along for the ride as we talk through each event one by one.
One by one.
So we
slowly
hung out in the Imperial Gardens, and we recorded the video that hopefully you saw. Oh, yes, your sketch. Dun, 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 ready for the big reveal?
On the bag of receipt, I didn't have a sketch pad, so I had a receipt from McDonald's, and all I had was a pen. I didn't have anything else, so I just started sketching what I had in front of me.
Yep.
I will show you it.
Such an artiste. And as he was sketching, a big fat cat walked right through that torii. That's the name of the gateway, the torii. And so it was quite scenic just to be sitting on a park bench in the middle of the Imperial Gardens in the beautiful morning and just taking it all in.
Yeah, so that was our view from breakfast, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not photorealistic. But I was inspired, and not only was I inspired, but there was multiple people inspired, right?
Yeah, as we walked through the park, there were other people painting and drawing and sketching.
That's right. It was an inspiring place.
It was.
Very nice.
So that's what we did. And after that, our intent was to walk to this very famous market that's 400 years old. It starts with the letter N. I can't remember what it is. So whenever we left the gardens...
Nishiki Market?
Nishiki Market. So whenever we were leaving the market...
I remembered.
You did.
That's right.
Whenever we were leaving the garden, I looked up the directions to get to the market and realized it's closed on Sundays.
But it wasn't closed.
Well, we didn't know that yet. You're fast forwarding ahead.
Well,
but
let's just...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So instead of going directly to the market, we stopped by the hotel room, dropped off some things, and took a very leisurely time about our business to get to where we were going. Because by the time we decided to leave and head out again, Nick had the bright idea. He's like, well, why don't we just go towards the market anyway?
I said, let's determine if it's closed for ourselves.
Yeah, so he's like, let's just go to the market anyway. Because Google said it is closed on Sunday.
Don't always trust Google.
So now at this point, it's like 1:30 in the afternoon.
Was it?
It was, because when we got to the pizza restaurant, they told us that at 2 o'clock they stopped taking orders and they close at 2:30.
So it wasn't 1:30. It was like...
No, by the time we got to that restaurant, it was 1:50.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the market.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about... So on our way to the market, which was closed according to Google, we passed a pizza shop. And I wanted to try Japanese pizza.
What was it called?
Quattro...
Something Quattro.
It was like 4... Quattro... I don't know. Something Quattro. Italiano Quattro. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Italiano Quattro.
So it had been a while since we had our McDonald's. And we have this terrible thing of always being hungry in the off times because they close between lunch and dinner. And it almost always seems like we're hungry in that window.
That's true because, you know, we finally got our sleep pattern down close enough that we can survive over here. But our eating habits have not...
Are out of whack.
Are just out of whack.
Yeah.
Way out of whack.
Way out of whack because... We are always looking for food around 2:30 or 3, and that's when everything's closed.
Yeah, like 3 o'clock. We get a breakfast early, but then...
We end up just doing things. I don't even know.
Then we go do things, and then we get so busy that we don't eat until 3 or 4 o'clock, and then, well...
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's what we do.
We're on our way to look at the closed market. We're literally like around the corner from it at this point, and we pass the pizza place and I'm like, I'm hungry. I want to try pizza. Why don't we give it a shot?
Let's do pizza.
Let's do pizza. And we had 10 minutes. The lady was like, you only have 10 minutes to order and we close at 2:30. But interestingly enough, there were a couple other people who had come in right after us. So they were, I guess, used to this. We weren't keeping them, but we did great. We got in there. We ordered super fast. We ordered a pizza and a pasta dish. They brought us salads, which were out of this world. These salads were so good.
They were good.
And then the pizza was a little weird. It had no tomato sauce on it. Had lots of... I was swayed in the picture by the mushrooms.
See, I was not wanting to go with that pizza. I was thinking the 4 cheese pizza looked good or something like that.
But he did not give me any feedback. He's like, you pick the pizza. And then I saw the mushrooms and I was like, I like mushrooms. Let me try that pizza.
Sure.
And it had mushrooms, ham with cheese, and oddly enough, egg.
It was like egg.
It was like right in the center was a runny egg. Mm-hmm. Very, very strange. We still ate the whole thing though. It was tasty, but it was weird having a runny egg on a pizza.
It was different.
And then he ordered this.
It did have good flavor, though.
It had really good flavor.
Yeah, it was really good flavor.
And the bread, the crust.
The crust was good. It was like
really
it was
good.
like brick oven fired. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a huge pizza. I think they were meant to be single servings for an individual, and we shared it.
I thought it was shareable.
Yeah.
It was like not personal pan, but not quite
It was small.
well, not
You think
medium.
it was small?
It was a small, not
Okay.
a medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then he also ordered
It was a spicy red sauce chicken and cheese pasta.
which was super delicious.
And spicy.
And spicy.
But it was very good.
So good.
Yeah, it was so good.
So when we walked out of this Italian restaurant, I was thinking, good choice we made. This was delicious. I am full now.
We even high-fived each
We
other.
did. We high-fived. Like, we tried Japanese pizza. It was delicious. And how long did that high last?
About 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. Because you know what happened?
Well, actually, it was more like 10 minutes because on the way to the market.
Oh, yeah. I stopped in the tea shop.
Yeah, you stopped in the tea shop.
I had to buy. I am such a sucker for tea. And they had this tea shop that was selling all this dried tea. And I couldn't help myself. I had to go buy some.
But it was all right.
But after that...
So then we found the Nishiki market. And what did we find?
Well...
Were they closed?
I would say technically they were closed because
What
there
was
were
closed?
some doors
What?
that were closed.
Explain to me what was
There were
closed.
some doors that were
Some?
closed.
Like how many?
Like
if I had to give you a percentage.
maybe 15% of the doors were
I'm
closed.
thinking maybe 5% were closed.
Oh, listen to this torture.
Okay,
We
so what do we
walked-
see? What do we see?
Oh my gosh. It was
Like
brutal.
we stepped in and what do we see?
There was food galore. The most amazing, delicious looking food. Like everything you could think of on a skewer tempura fried.
A stick.
I said a skewer.
Yeah, a skewer, a stick.
They had, what, were they crabs or little octopus?
There were octopi.
They were little octopus stuffed with
Or
fish
multiple
eggs
octopi.
on a skewer, which
On
I don't
skewers.
honestly know if I would have
They
tried
were like
that.
octopi, like lollipops, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
tempura and the crab, like they had giant,
They also had squid.
they had,
They had squid on a stick, and it was like, has eggs. So
I'm
there's
telling you,
a pregnant
every-
squid with eggs on a stick, and they were,
we went
Yeah.
through probably, it felt like 50 different
they had
booths
giant prawn. They had
amazing
prawn,
looking food.
fried prawn tempura on a stick.
And they had, what do you call it? Like pot stickers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I was so mad that we had just eaten because all of this looked incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It looked so good.
It did. Yeah.
I wanted to just, I was so mad. I was so disappointed. I went from being so happy that I had such a good Italian meal to so disappointed that I missed out on this entire, almost like a buffet of fried seafood, and it just looked incredible.
Yeah, it was like, and there was like, well, if you looked at our video from the other night's recap where we talked about our hibachi style grill with all the seafood,
yes.
right? It was like that, but way better.
Because you could just buy a little bit of whatever you wanted.
Oh, yeah.
This market was partially outdoors, partially indoors.
But it was all covered.
Yeah, it was all covered.
So, like-
they even
like-
had like a whole section where you could buy shots of sake for 1,000 yen. No, 100 yen.
100 yen.
100 yen, which is how much? What is that?
67 cents.
67 cents
Yeah.
for a big old shot of sake.
That's right. We had
Big
two.
shot of sake. Yeah, we tried. She asked us if we wanted the sweet or the dry,
So
and we
Dory
said
couldn't decide.
we'll take one of each.
She was like, I would like both.
And so we shared it. But yeah,
I got
this
the
market,
I got the sweet. She got the dry. I like the dry, but she got the dry.
I thought you took it.
No, you got the sweet. I got the sweet.
Oh, well, we really shared.
But we shared.
We shared.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we did lots of souvenir shopping. They had all sorts of booths, and some of the booths were like pop-up booths, and some were physical stores.
Mostly were physical stores.
As you progressed further deeper into the market, they were physical stores.
Yeah.
And there was a whole, like, I want to say avenue, but what do you call, like it was all an indoor market, but it was a whole separate pathway full of resale shops.
Oh, so as you get further down,
Which is where I got this.
as you get further down the avenues, think of it as a network of streets, just like anywhere else.
Except there were no cars. This is all
Yeah,
pedestrian.
except for
It's like a shopping.
they've closed it down. They've they put bollards or whatever those are called, where they block off the roads and all that
Okay.
stuff, and you can no longer drive through these streets.
And it's all covered now on top.
But the streets, well, so is the Nishiki Market.
Okay.
But imagine city streets where they take it and they cover the top. So now you can walk down the city street without the interruption of the weather. So it's a little bit more controlled environment. But they also, the cross streets, everything interlaces, and it's a whole big shopping area, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's many places like that. We've been in places like that in Tokyo and Osaka,
Yeah.
Kyoto now.
Yep.
But this one was actually really cool because of that old 400 or 600-year-old market. 400-year-old market on the Shiki Street. And then...
Man, I cannot believe we ate the Italian
Oh,
food.
yeah, right?
I was so sad.
Anyway, we'll get into a little bit more of that, but some of the side streets, once you get further down towards, there's a river that goes through the town. It might be the Katsuri River. Katsura? It may be the same river we went down on the boat, but
Well,
now...
the river we went down on the boat was not that river because it was called the Haza
No,
something.
the Katsura River, I'm pretty sure.
I am confident that is not correct.
I am confident that is. Oh, I do.
Oh, wait, this is so great. While
Yeah.
he recants something.
I do have to recant something. Let's go back. That is about the ice cream in the last video, right? We had an argument whether it was, what do we call it?
You said it was vanilla.
Yeah, I said it was
The
vanilla.
soy ice cream.
I said it was matcha and vanilla flavored. Well, it was not.
It was not vanilla.
It was not vanilla. It was matcha. It was
soy.
It was soy ice cream, a soy-based ice cream.
But it was tofu skin.
Tofu skin or skimmed tofu, and so it was not vanilla.
It was not vanilla.
It was tofu.
So this is the ticket to our riverboat ride. Go ahead and tell me.
The Hazugawa River boat ride. Okay, I got you. Now, give me your phone.
Here is my phone, good sir.
All right. Now, pull the map up.
Bear with us as we settle these.
We're going to settle the score.
These petty.
All right,
Okay.
now scroll out.
I'll let you do the scrolling. You're settling this.
Okay, so because we're going to the Arashiyama
Arashiyama
Bamboo Forest, right?
That was where we did go yesterday.
Okay, so the Arashiyama Bamboo Forest.
Katsura River.
Okay, yeah. And
Katsura. How can it be both? I wonder if Hazugawa means something else.
Hazugawa is the town that we started in.
So they named the riverboat ride after the town?
I think we started off up here in the Hazugawa.
My dad's going to love this. He's all about geography.
But this is where the JR line goes, the Hazu Gorge, right? Uh-huh. Now.
These are things we probably should have looked up before we started recording because I doubt anybody else cares this much about what these things are
If they're
called.
watching, they care. And if they're not, that's okay. See, there's is the Uai River.
All right, let's move on.
All
Let's
right,
agree to disagree.
So let's just say there is a good chance that I'm right on this one. Now,
And I guess there's a chance they named the riverboat ride after the town and not the river, which would be weird.
Hazuyokyo Toroko.
Okay, let's just move on.
The Katsura River. Wait. Let me help you guys out. All right, this is the river. I don't know if they can see that. It's not.
How about we just move on?
All right, good enough.
We're moving on.
We're moving on.
Moving on. So, went to the market.
We went to the market. This little
my
piggy. This little
goodness.
piggy went to town.
And did he go to town or what? I'm telling you, he has been on this quest for a damn sweatshirt. Still has not found it, but I had to just... So the idea was we were also going to go to this very famous shrine.
Wait. Don't skip. We're talking about the crossroads and the market. Right?
Yes, but I was going to say the goal was to get to this shrine like in the early or the late evening, because you want it to where the sun is shining and it really highlights the color of the shrine.
Yeah, but we had no sun today.
And so I reminded him, I'm like, hey, it's getting time. It was like 4:30. I'm like, if we need to go to the shrine, because it was like a 30-minute bus ride. And he's like, look, there's no sun. It's all overcast. And he was on the quest. And so we kept on keeping on. Tell us about your shopping.
Not just my shopping. Let's talk about your shopping.
Oh, okay. What part of my shopping? Me getting this for Matthew?
No, not even that. We weren't even there yet.
Oh, where did we go?
Well, I stopped in, I don't know if I stopped in any shops yet. And,
The sticker store?
And next thing you know, she's spending 45 minutes in the sticker shop.
They had this sticker store. And I'm telling you, every sticker you could possibly imagine. And then I attempted to try to find the perfect sticker for each of the 4 children. And I readily picked one out for Tessa, and I quickly picked one out for Caleb. But it was Clarissa and Matthew that I was just stumped on which of these stickers. And I did know I was spending an absurd amount of time on the sticker quest, but I assumed you were simultaneously on your sweatshirt quest.
Well, I waited for a long time, and then I gave up and I left you.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Once I left you, I decided, okay, she's not coming. She's not going to finish this anytime soon. I'm sitting there watching you in the store on the other side of the street, and I'm like, all right, this is way too much.
Yeah. That's how I feel when he's in the electronics store. So,
way too much time. Though. So I decided, all right, now it's time for me to just take off. So
yeah, I spent an absurd amount of time trying to choose a perfect sticker for each of the kids.
I'll be back.
They're probably not even going to like these stickers. So we will see what happens. But more than likely, I kept trying to think of if they were in this store, which sticker would they choose for themselves? And the chance that I would pick out the same sticker that they would pick out is pretty much 0 chance. So I finally just grabbed 2 for Caleb or for Clarissa and Matthew and checked out.
Well, you got stickers for everybody.
Yeah, one for each kid.
Yeah. So anyway, I had made my way down maybe 3 or 4 stores, came back, and then she was looking around for me. And I had called her and she didn't answer her phone.
Because I was at the checkout station.
And then so she stepped out, and as I was like, well, I'll just walk back. And then I found you.
Yes.
But really, the cool part was, what did we find? We found the thrift shopping mecca of...
Yes.
Right?
Yes. No, we did. It's tricky to say whether it's thrift shopping. It was a resale shop. So prices were still pretty high, but it was on used merchandise.
Right. So that was the problem, right?
Yeah.
I was looking for Japanese streetwear.
Yes. But it was mostly American.
I was looking for Japanese streetwear and fashion, but what we found was Goodwill thrift shop.
I don't know if it was better than Goodwill thrift shop.
The best of Goodwill thrift shop.
Yeah, let's say the best of.
It was the best of Goodwill thrift shop.
Yes.
But, I like Goodwill, but the point was, I feel like...
It was all like American clothes.
It was all American clothes. Not like when I say American, so we think, well, I don't know we think, but you get Carhartt and Champion and Nike and camouflage clothes.
Yeah, they had like military section.
Military section, hunting clothes.
But we did end up finding the Japanese, like, because this was the resale.
Right, but that was different, right?
Okay.
So most of these places I feel like there's probably people that are shopping in America at the Goodwills, and you probably see them, and now we know what they're doing. They're just packing all these clothes off the racks, and they're taking them and they're mailing them back to Japan.
You know, what's more than likely is that it's American tourists who buy so many souvenirs, they've got to leave their clothes behind.
I don't think so.
And they just leave their clothes.
I don't think
here.
so. There's not that many rednecks shopping or flying in Japan.
Oh.
They're just not that many.
So we did some more shopping, but this time instead of it being in department stores, it was like in a street market. But he still could not find the type of sweatshirt
So
he was looking
I'm
for.
like, the point is, I'm just looking for a cool hoodie, some Japanese streetwear, something that's like that you can't find in the U.S.
Yeah.
And so far, I found some stuff, but the place I was looking was not working out. But we did find another place. It was like GSD clothing or studio or something like that. Anyway, they had like the, I don't know what they call it, Sanja, something. There's like a style of jackets that has all the embroidery and everything on it. They look kind of like a baseball jacket, but they have like the kind of like the silky material, you know.
He's looking at this stuff, and I know good and well he's going to get home with this silky embroidered thing he buys and
But that's
never
not
put it on
that's not
again.
what I want. I don't want one of those Sanja jackets or Sanga jackets or whatever they call them, Sanja jackets. I want a regular hoodie with some really cool embroidery. I don't want the screen print stuff that, you know, I don't want that crap. I want a quality hoodie with a lot of embroidery that is done like, you know, whether it's cherry blossoms or Japanese carp, or I want something that I can't find on the... What is so funny?
I'm just trying to picture where you're going to wear a sweatshirt that's embroidered with Japanese cherry blossoms.
I don't care. That's what I want. Why do you gotta laugh at me?
I'm just trying to visualize.
I just want something you can't find in the U.S. that says I was made in Japan.
Got it.
Right?
Yes.
A geisha girl on the back of my shirt. I don't care.
Oh, man. Okay. So, the quest continues. We've still not found it. We've got like 3 days left.
3 days left, and I just have not found exactly.
And I doubt you're going to find it when we're at Fuji Speedway Hotel. So, it's going to come down to that very last day in Tokyo.
That's right. I'm going to burn the midnight oil finding this t-shirt, this one sweatshirt that I want.
Whenever we find this, we will record with him wearing the sweatshirt. So if we find this sweatshirt that he's been in
what I've come to maybe have come to grips with is that I'm going to have to buy another jacket. Mm-hmm. Because to me, a hoodie with a zipper is just a jacket.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because they do. Most of the hoodies here have zippers.
Yeah. So there's plenty of them that I'll be like, that's really cool. But it's got a zipper. But the
zipper was the deal breaker.
The zipper is the deal breaker.
So, let's move on. We left the market and we caught the train, the subway, and where did we go?
What do you mean, where did we go?
Where did we go?
Oh, we went to the Tories.
Yes. I'm trying to even actually remember the name of it.
It's
a
Fushimi
Inari Shrine.
That's right.
It is from the year 744 AD.
It's old as shit.
It just had, in 2011, was their 1300 year anniversary. This is like the original Inari shrine, or the original Torii gate, or it's an original of something. It's really old, but it's
It's the original something.
it is very, very
Again,
famous.
I think we really have to we have to do a recap of all of our great knowledge that we convey through our channel.
Yeah, I don't
about
think anybody's learning
our
anything
history.
from watching this.
They're like, so it's the original something.
But it's a very famous shrine because it is the 1,000 Torii gates, and they're all red. And like, I thought they were just exaggerating, like 1,000.
For my
Torii
army
gates.
brothers, Rakusan.
What does that mean?
Well, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
I don't.
Anyway,
So
I'm sorry, I'm not a Rakusan, never was, but I have a lot of brothers that were, so.
So we got there, and of course, this is where the catchphrase comes in that we only see cultural sites at night, because it occurred to us that we're there after dark at this most famous shrine, and whenever we went to see the Osaka Castle, it was after dark, and then whenever we saw this this castle here, the Nijo Castle, it was after dark. So
Jojo.
apparently what we do is we shop all day and then go see the cultural stuff at night.
Yeah, so
So yeah,
that's pretty funny.
it is pretty funny. And I meant to check the elevation of this trek we did, because when you go into this shrine, they talked about how it is crazy busy, especially during the day between 8 and 5 p.m. And I'm like, well, lucky us, we're not getting there till 5:30. And so as we
Well, why is
arrived-
it not busy after 5?
Well, because that's when all the vendors close down. Because they have all sorts of vendors selling food and souvenirs, but they all close down at 5. But the shrine stays open 24 hours a day. And so we arrived, and there was still quite a bit of people, but it is a hike to get to there's like a big loop trail as you're going through these 1,000 Torii gates, and it is steep, and you end up summiting Mount Inari. The big shrine is at the very tip top, and I think most of the visitors don't make it all the way to the top.
That's unfortunate for them.
It is.
What I would say, though, is
I'm going to check the elevation while you...
some of the cool parts are that if you do take the time to do the walk at night, right?
Yeah.
You have at least 2 or 3 vantage points that you get to see the city.
The whole city all lit up. It was beautiful. And anybody who goes during the day totally misses that.
Yeah.
And the shrine was all lit up. Like, the pathways were lit up.
Oh, yeah. The only thing you got to worry about is bring some bug spray.
See, the bugs don't bother me.
They attack me.
They do.
Like
It's crazy.
I'm like cotton candy. I'm like mosquito cotton candy.
Yep. I must be sour.
I taste
Bugs
so
don't
good.
bother me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So tell us, what did you think of these red gates? While I'm looking up the elevation of this thing.
Well, it reminded me of the Rakusans.
Okay.
But no, they're just a bunch of red Tories,
Yeah, which are the red gates.
which are the red gates. So they look kind of like this.
Well, this says that
But-
it was 803 feet. That's not very tall, is it?
Oh,
It felt like we went
we
way
went higher
more
than
than
800
that.
feet. But anyway, they look like that gate that's sketched in there,
Yeah, but they're all red.
but they're red.
Rows and rows and rows, like you're going through almost a tunnel of red gates.
Basically, it is. Yeah.
But it was really scenic and beautiful. And at first, I could tell you were a tad bit annoyed by the crowds. Like, because you weren't giving a damn about stopping for pictures. You were just like trucking up the hike. But
Well, the point was, she said that it was going to take
yes,
2 hours.
2 hours to do the
to
lap.
hike this place. And I'm like, well, we're hiking then. So when I'm ready to hike,
Yeah.
we're stepping it out.
Yeah. And it took us 48 minutes to get to the top.
And that was with stopping for pictures
Yeah.
that Dory wanted.
Because it was amazing to be there.
No, it is really cool. So
it was super cool. Like, we've seen several shrines to the point where we're kind of shrined out, but this one was super cool.
Really cool. And the one thing I could say is, you know you're going the right direction when you're going up.
Yes.
Because there's no riding on the Tories. Well, maybe at the very top. There's usually a little marking. I can't remember what it said, but that's about it. And then when you're going down, then you see all the writing of like who basically paid for that giant Tory to be built.
We're assuming that's what it said. We never checked it.
I did see several that were actually printed on the sides in addition to it in like a normal alphabetic character, right? And not.
But how amazing to be in a place that's 1,300 years old.
It was pretty awesome.
It was really incredible.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so along the way, it's not just the Tories. You're not just in a tunnel, but every little bit you get up a certain area, then it opens up and there's another shrine.
Yes. There were so many shrines and like side shrines.
And then within those shrines, there's the main shrine, and then you have all these little other areas where people have placed that you could buy the Tories for like 5,000, 7,000, 8,000.
Yes, because we could see where they would have places they would sell smaller Tories.
Yeah.
And then there'd be all these shrines where the smaller Tories were just stacked up everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. I was super happy we did it.
Oh, it was pretty fun. You need to do it just to experience it.
Yeah. And I imagine it's probably quite a bit different in the daytime, but I liked it at night. Like, it was nice and cool. It wasn't as crowded. And especially once you got up at least halfway to the top, there were barely anybody up there.
That's true.
Yep. And so then after we did the shrine, we headed back on the subway to the area where the markets were, just to do a little bit more sweatshirt hunting and to see if maybe that one market with all the food was still open.
The Nishiki market?
Yeah, but it wasn't. That market was closed.
I'm not sure if it's Nishiki or not, but it's close.
It starts with an N and it's 400 years old and it's in Kyoto.
Yeah.
Super famous market.
So anyway, we went back up there a little bit and we realized that it was closed.
Yep.
So then we cut over to another street, basically 1 block over. And then what do we find?
Was that like the super fancy
Oh,
stores?
yeah. It was the super fancy side of the market.
Ugh, not my fave.
We're talking like the super fancy Saks Fifth Avenue side of the market.
Yeah, not my fave. So we walked a ways and then we...
And luckily for us, it was closing anyway. It was like the Adidas store.
This is like 8 o'clock at night now.
Yeah, everything was closing, so...
Yes. But what's so interesting is that where we are, it is so quiet right here. But it wasn't even a kilometer away and everything was lively. It was like the downtown area with just... There were fancy cars. There were... tons of tourists. There's a river. Like, I didn't even realize all that was just right there. And had we not went and looked for that market, we would have probably missed that whole downtown area.
Well, what else did we miss down there? One, we missed the, but it was kind of opens up, and it's not just shops, but it's more shops. And then there's like a little river, or not more like a creek, right?
But wide. It didn't look deep, but it was very wide.
Yeah, it was
almost
not
like a canal.
It was like a canal.
Yeah.
And then we walked a little bit further towards the train station.
Yep.
And then there was a river, right?
Oh, I thought that was what we were talking about. Yeah.
I was talking about the little one.
Yeah, where the crane was.
Where the crane was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
But no, there was a lot more to this town than I realized.
And it's just down the road from us.
Yeah, not far at all.
The cool thing was when we were back on the what do you call that place? The Fushima.
The Inari Shrine.
The Inari Shrine area, right? The Fushimi Inari Shrine. Is that the Fushi or whatever?
Starts in F. Inari Shrine.
Man.
We'll just call it the Inari Shrine.
Give me your phone.
Anyway.
I don't like to leave it out like that. It's not cool.
All right. Well, while you look that up. So since the market was closed and we still had worked up an appetite from hiking to the summit, we wanted to eat something, but I was hesitant to go to a sit-down restaurant because we always eat way too much at the sit-down restaurant. So we phoned in a friend and did a good standard thing we always do when we don't exactly know what we want to eat, but we want something to eat. 7-Eleven. So we went and had 7-Eleven. We got a couple sandwiches and some fried stuff from their hot container and just came back to the hotel and had dinner at 9 o'clock, I guess. Because we didn't eat a lot. We had a pretty big lunch at that Italian place.
It looks like it's called the Fushimi Inari Taisha. So, anyway.
Okay.
Fushimi Inari Shrine.
Well, glad you closed that loop.
Fushimi Inari.
All right.
There you go.
What were you going to say about it?
Well, from the top of it, there's also a part that you can see the Kyoto Tower.
Yeah.
And obviously the whole thing is you're up high enough that you have a better view of the city. Well, it's not a 360 view, but you're higher up.
Yeah, you are higher than the tower.
Than the tower. So
when you're at the summit of Mount Inari.
So do it at night, and you can get some cool views of the city at night.
Yeah, and on our way down, Nick had the idea. He's like, I should have done a hyper video while we walked it. And so then I was like, well, we could just do it again. And he's like, nope. But it would have been cool if we would have thought to do the hyper video, because that would have been super cool. But yeah, maybe next time we're in Japan.
Next time.
All right. Anything left to say about day 12?
Day 12. It was fun. But did we talk? Well, we did the video of today. We did the video
in the garden.
In the garden.
In the Imperial Palace garden.
Yeah, the Kyoto go in.
Yeah, and this
gardens.
was the Imperial Palace prior to the capital being moved to Tokyo. So
Right.
the emperor has not lived there for 100 years or more.
Yeah. And so one thing that you'll realize, well, maybe you won't realize, but the capital of Japan has moved several times throughout its history, and a lot of it has to do with the kind of the political climate that was of the present day each time, and whoever was in power decided that they wanted to move the capital to a specific place for whatever reasons.
And I think it was to demonstrate their power, that they
Yeah.
had the power to move the capital, and so they would move it to a new city.
Exactly.
Yep. And so, but here it's been in Tokyo now for, I don't anticipate, who the hell knows if it's going to move again, but it's been there a while.
Well, considering the feudal state and the Edo period has kind of ended and imperialism has kind of ended, I doubt they're going to change it.
So we're betting on it saying
At
Tokyo.
least for the next 500 years.
All right, there you have it, folks.
And Tokyo is so big, if they moved it, well, they're just dumb.
All right. Anything left to say about day 12?
Did I just say they're dumb?
You did.
Only if they moved it.
But yeah, all in all, it was a very good day. We were outside almost the entire day, walking around.
Yeah, I almost
Seeing
got
the sights.
I almost got 30,000 steps.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he didn't get a sweatshirt. So stay tuned.
But I did not get a
to
sweatshirt.
see if this trip culminates with him finding the perfect sweatshirt.
What did you show them? This shirt?
Yeah, I
did
showed
you show them
them.
the back too?
Yeah, remember Carp?
I don't know if you did a good job showing
It's
it.
okay. It's all
What is
right.
that? Oh, that's your
That's
mic.
my mic.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. As you can tell, the evening episodes always are a little boisterous because of the evening cocktails. So the morning episodes are much more relaxed over coffee.
Is that right?
It is right. But we will catch up with you tomorrow with a video of our new hotel that we'll be staying in. So we're going to see what the Fuji Speedway Hotel has to offer because we'll be there for 2 nights. We only have 3, well, counting tonight, we have 4 nights left in Japan.
4 nights left.
4 nights left, that's it.
Man. Wait, we didn't get to cover some really cool stuff.
Oh,
I would like to cover some must-haves
okay.
if you're in Japan.
All right, I'm intrigued. What are the must-haves?
The must-haves. Well, for your evening beverage.
Oh, we're going to do beverage show and tell.
Yeah, well, for your evening beverages, I think some things that have become prevalent are...
Okay, let's go for it.
Are... one,
Sake?
sake. You
Yes.
need sake. And
Which, you know, they sell sake in the bottle, but they also have sake in these little glass jars. And they have sake in boxes. We haven't tried any of the boxed sake
we
yet.
haven't tried the box sake, but they have sake in cans
And in glass jars.
and in glass jars.
You can get these at the 7-Eleven.
And the cool thing is they come with a cap. So you can just throw the cap on
Yeah, little cap.
and off.
What do you think of the sake? The discount sake?
I don't know if it's discounted or not, but here's the deal. This sake that comes in a can with the gold rings, and it's from the Nama Genshu Ginagita Japanese sake, right?
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So this one's a little bit sweeter, but also has a higher alcohol content than some sakes. It's at 19%, I believe.
Okay.
And this one,
I know we're going to end up spilling it.
I'm just gonna, there we go. There, got it.
Okay.
This one comes in a little glass bottle. Now, you can get this in a, I think it's 150. You can get one in this size can in a glass jar, or you can get this one, which is 300 milliliters.
Okay.
And the cool part about it is it has a little lid, and you can put it on and take it off and use it as you want to. But they all come with these little, like, peel off lids. And the cool thing is that they're super tasty.
Yeah, they are super tasty.
I mean, you're like, oh, well, don't get the 7-Eleven brand sake.
well, they have a lot to choose from.
They do.
Lots of sizes.
And we got this from the, what is it?
We actually got this
the
from
Sugi
the
drug?
pharmacy
Sugi
today.
drug?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
It was the drugstore.
And we wanted to buy a small amount since we're relocating different hotels. We didn't want to...
Oh, and if you look really closely in here, I don't know if you won't be able to see it.
There's a picture.
There's a picture on the back.
Yeah. But it would be a shame if we leave Japan without trying any of the sake that comes like in a milk carton.
Right, that's
We
true.
should try that.
That's true. But canned sake is not bad.
No.
No. And so don't think it's bad. Like, buy it, drink it, taste it.
It's good.
It's good.
We poured over ice.
Yeah, pour it over ice. It's pretty awesome. The second thing that I think that's pretty awesome is Suntory whiskey. I liken this to, what is that brand? 7?
I don't know anything about whiskey.
Oh, it's like a popular...
You mean Seagram 7?
Seagrams. Seagrams.
Oh.
That's what I think of when I think of Suntory whiskey. Not all Suntory, because Suntory makes a lot of whiskeys, but the very basic Suntory whiskey reminds me of Seagram's.
Got it.
Because it's good tasting. It has, it's affordable, but it's not bad. You can mix it with water. You can mix it with ice. You can drink it straight.
Or mix it with sake.
You can even mix it with sake. All right? and it tastes great. So, get you some Suntory whiskey.
So today I tried something new. I don't even know what it is, but it's peach flavored alcohol. And
That's a liqueur, I believe.
A liqueur.
Yeah.
And drinking it straight was very potent. So what I've done is mixed it with bubbly water. And that tastes pretty darn good. So yeah, today is my first time trying it. Peach bubbly concoction.
It didn't taste bad.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice and refreshing after our hike to the summit of Mount Inari.
It has a nice fragrant note.
Peach, perhaps?
Very peachy.
So yeah, now that we've covered our alcohol consumption options that we had alongside our 7-Eleven sandwiches.
Well, I just wanted to explain to people, like, sometimes they're like, well, what do we do for alcohol?
You think our viewers are wondering?
Not all of them, but someone may randomly come across the channel and be like, oh, this is very interesting. And I figured, why not share with them some of the very easy, basic alcoholic options.
And it is so easy, truly. You can get it at the 7-Eleven, at the Family Mart, at the pharmacy, or at the actual liquor store.
That's true, yeah.
And the drinking age here, from best I can tell, is 20.
Yeah, you have to be 20.
Yep, gotta be 20 to drink. And nobody IDs us.
No, nobody IDs you. They just ask us to press the button.
Yeah. Clearly, we don't look like we're 20.
Yeah. That's kind of disappointing, but yeah.
But all in all, it was a really good day. And for our brief stay in Kyoto, I liked it. I really liked it. I felt like we were closer to nature and that it was just not as intense of a city.
I think you're right. It feels a little bit more, I don't know, slower, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it has, well, what about the car today? You forgot about the car. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, guys are dumb is really what it comes down to. There was some guy with a fancy car, and I don't know what he did to it because it's so usually very peaceful here and you don't even hear the cars. This guy took off, like purposefully making his engine go as loud as possible. And I really thought I had hearing damage. It was so loud. And you could even see everybody on the sidewalk, like everybody just grabbed their ears. It was so unpleasant.
And you could tell that they were very not pleased with that guy.
That was, yeah. Like I was just waiting to see the cops pull him over.
Yeah.
It was obnoxious.
But there were no cops.
No.
No, there were no cops.
It was obnoxious.
Oh, also, let's talk about the ambulance lights.
How about we end with the ambulance lights?
Well, we can, but it's really interesting. Oh, like we're going too long?
Yes. We don't have the timer set up, but I'm pretty sure we're going too long.
The ambulance lights, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about those.
Okay.
Okay.
You were the first to really notice.
So I noticed on the ambulances that there are just so many lights.
There are a lot of lights on the ambulance.
A lot. And I just thought, like, when they were designing it, it must have been one of those moments where they were like, all right, so we need a siren, we need lights, and, you know, the guy came back and he's like, all right, here's our drawing. This is what we have. And they're like, no, I said we need lights. And so he's like, he put some more lights on there. And then he's like, no, we need more lights. And eventually the guy came back and he's like, all right, I have this. We have all the lights. And they're like, that's what I was talking about.
There are so many lights on the ambulance. It's as if the ambulance is an expando van. And on the top of this expanded van are rows of lights. And they all flash at different times. And it's just like a lot of lights on the ambulance.
Yeah, it's like a big bubble of lights.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're right.
Okay. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
All right, so. Is that a wrap?
I guess so.
Thanks for tuning in to day 12. Tomorrow we'll be coming to you from the foothills of Mount Fuji, where hopefully we'll be even closer to nature and farther from the big city and farther from department stores. Although you do still need to find your sweatshirt. Stay tuned for more.
We'll figure it out.
We will. All right, Indie Life Adventures out.